So we just read Parashat Truma. This brings us into the whole realm of the Beit HaMikdash and the Kelim and the structure of the Mishkan, where we talk about the building of the Aron HaKodesh and the menorah and the Shulchan. And it really gives us the beginnings of the longings for the Beit HaMikdash. However, there's something that always occurs to me, and it's an idea actually that is definitely connected to our times, and that is essentially we had a Beit HaMikdash. It was destroyed twice for different reasons. But the second time it was destroyed, we were given very, very clear reasons of why it was destroyed. It had to do with the breakdown in the relationships between people, the lack of honor and love, inside the nation. And there are definitely murmurings of these issues, even right now as we're in a fight for survival for our lives. Even right now, what's going to be afterwards, right? We know what was before, right? It seemed like we were on the brink of some kind of a civil war. And this is something that is a tragic reality. Very good at defending ourselves against threats when it comes to the annihilation of our bodies. However, when we have a little bit of peace, all of a sudden all these other issues, all this other strife comes and is essentially, it's a greater enemy than the people that are coming to destroy our bodies. The destruction of the soul and the destruction of the homes that occur because of the strife between people. We have work to do before the temple. Because if we have a temple, and the inner temple, so to speak, the characteristics of each individual are not dealt with, God forbid, we'll have another destruction. The person who addresses this issue the most, fixing the inside and the interpersonal, is Rabbi Nachman. And he says, ki tzarich ladun et kol adam lekaf zchut. You should know that it is necessary to judge every person favorably. To judge an evil person favorably, you have to actually believe first that there's something good about them. And then you have to also employ the patience necessary to finding that good. Through finding the good point in the individual, you are actually able to take this person spiritually from the side of chova, which is detriment, to the side of merit. We are, just by changing the narrative in our own heads regarding another individual, this is actually allowing the person to do tshuva. Good thoughts are yetzer tov, bad thoughts are yetzer hara, right? And this is something we constantly have to catch ourselves with. This is the hardest work possible. To come to love another individual, especially someone you don't get along with, that's work. In Hebrew, the word savlanut, patience, has the word in it sevel, right, which means essentially anguish. And we need to accept the suffering necessary to get past our own negative narratives, and to wait until Hashem reveals the insights that allow us to see a person differently and to change how we feel about them. And that work essentially is the building of the Beit HaMikdash from the inside. And when we do enough of that, the external will also manifest. Everything's already here.